The stadium was already shaking before BTS even stepped on stage. Inside Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, more than 60,000 fans had filled the seats long before the lights dropped. And from the very beginning, it was obvious this was not going to feel like an ordinary second night. Most artists struggle to recreate the same energy twice in the same city, but somehow the atmosphere on night 2 felt even bigger. Fans who had already experienced the first concert came back again because one night simply did not feel like enough. And before a single song had even started, everyone inside could already feel that something unforgettable was about to happen. All around the stadium, ARMY began creating their own moment. Waves started rolling through the crowd section by section as thousands of people stood and dropped in perfect rhythm. It was spontaneous, but at the same time almost unbelievably synchronized. The entire venue seemed to move like one living thing. It was not just excitement anymore. It felt like anticipation was physically building inside the stadium. Even people who were recording with their phones stopped for a moment just to look around and take it in. Everyone could sense that the energy in the building was different. But that was only the beginning. Then the stadium suddenly went dark. For a brief second, the entire crowd fell into a silence that felt almost impossible in a venue that size. The giant screens dimmed. The stage disappeared into shadow. Thousands of light sticks glowed across the darkness like stars, and the suspense became almost unbearable. Then, without warning, the opening signal hit. The music blasted through the speakers, red lights exploded across the stadium, and dancers stormed the stage as the members appeared through the smoke. The reaction from the crowd was immediate. The silence shattered into pure chaos. The sound of the fans screaming was so loud it nearly drowned out the music itself. From that moment on, nobody was sitting anymore. As the opening performance unfolded, the entire stadium transformed into something much bigger than a concert. The red lighting washed over the audience while the members moved across the massive stage with a level of intensity that made the entire show feel cinematic. Fans later said they completely lost track of time in those first moments. They did not know what song they were hearing first, what section they were in, or even what was happening around them. The only thing they knew was that they were witnessing something that felt larger than life. And then BTS made the night even more personal. Throughout the show, the members kept leaving the main stage to move closer to the crowd. In a venue as massive as Raymond James Stadium, most fans expect to watch from far away. But BTS made it feel intimate. One by one, they traveled around the extended platforms and floor sections, making sure every side of the stadium felt included. Fans stretched their hands into the air hoping for even a single second of eye contact. Some were smiling so hard they could barely breathe. Others were openly crying. For many in the crowd, this was not just another concert. It was the moment they had been waiting years to experience. Some fans had waited through cancelled tours, postponed dates, and years of uncertainty. For them, seeing BTS this close was not just exciting. It was emotional. Cameras captured fans shaking while trying to film because they could not believe what they were seeing. Some simply lowered their phones because they realized no video could ever fully capture what it felt like to be there in that moment. In a stadium packed with tens of thousands of people, BTS somehow made individual fans feel seen. But even that was not what people would be talking about after the night ended. As the concert continued, another remarkable moment started unfolding. Korean lyrics began echoing across an American football stadium, and thousands of international fans sang every single word back. It was one of those moments that felt almost surreal. The language barrier that many once thought would limit BTS had completely disappeared. Fans from different backgrounds, different cities, and different countries were singing complicated Korean lyrics in unison under the Florida night sky. Even people who did not speak Korean fluently knew every syllable. That alone said everything about how deep the connection between BTS and their audience had become. When those voices rose together, it felt bigger than music. It felt cultural. It felt historic. The sight of tens of thousands of American fans singing Korean songs word for word inside one of the largest stadiums in the country was something few people could have imagined years ago. It was proof that BTS had created something that reached far beyond language. The members looked out into the crowd and smiled as if they understood exactly how special that scene was. But the most emotional moment of the entire night had still not arrived. After the main set ended, the stadium lights stayed low as fans waited for the encore. Everyone expected a big ending. Everyone expected something memorable. But almost nobody expected what happened next. Without any warning, a familiar melody began playing through the speakers. For a split second, there was confusion. Then realization spread across the stadium like a shockwave. The song was Pied Piper. And the moment fans recognized it, the entire venue erupted in a way that even long-time concertgoers struggled to describe. Screams turned into tears. Tears turned into disbelief. Some fans grabbed the person next to them because they could not process what they were hearing. Others simply stood frozen with their mouths open. The reaction was instant because every fan inside that stadium understood exactly what that song meant. Pied Piper is not just another BTS song. Among ARMY, it has become almost legendary. It is one of those tracks that fans adore but rarely get to experience live. For years, many believed they might never hear it performed in a stadium at all. Because of that, the moment those opening notes filled the air in Tampa, fans realized they were witnessing something genuinely rare. Some later said the entire night changed in that single second. Others said they could barely remember anything after hearing the first line because the shock completely took over. What made the moment even more emotional was the meaning behind the song itself. Unlike most fan songs that simply praise the audience, Pied Piper has always been different. The song carries a message that is both playful and surprisingly honest. Instead of telling fans to stay obsessed, BTS almost does the opposite. Through the lyrics, they tell fans they know how deeply they are loved, but they also remind them not to lose themselves in that love. It is a song that gently tells fans to step back, focus on their own lives, and not let devotion become everything. That message could have felt cold coming from another artist. But with BTS, it felt deeply personal. Fans have always seen the song as proof that the group genuinely cares about the people who support them. Instead of simply accepting endless attention, they acknowledge the emotional relationship and remind fans to protect themselves too. That honesty made the song even more meaningful. And hearing those words live in a stadium made the experience feel far more intimate than anyone expected from a venue that size. As clips from the concert started spreading online, reactions poured in almost immediately. Some fans who attended called it the greatest moment of the entire tour so far. Others who had gone to night one could not hide their heartbreak. Videos began appearing from fans joking that they could not believe the song was saved for the second show. Some laughed through the pain. Others admitted they were genuinely devastated to miss it by only one day. Across social media, people kept repeating the same thing. Out of every possible surprise, nobody expected Pied Piper to be the song that would emotionally destroy the fandom overnight. And in a strange way, that reaction revealed something bigger. It showed just how different the relationship between BTS and ARMY has become compared to most artists and their audiences. Very few songs can create that kind of emotional response years after release. Very few groups can perform one unexpected track and instantly dominate online conversation worldwide. But BTS has built a connection where even a single surprise song can feel like a defining moment in fans' lives. That is what made Tampa Night 2 feel so different. It was not just about production. It was not just about visuals. It was not just about a rare set list. It was about connection. From the waves before the show, to the explosive opening, to thousands of voices singing Korean lyrics together, to the shocking encore that nobody saw coming, the entire night felt like proof that BTS is operating on a level few artists ever reach. What happened inside Raymond James Stadium was more than another stop on a tour. It felt like one of those rare nights fans will still be talking about years from now. And perhaps the most incredible part is that the tour is not even over. If one unexpected song could turn an already massive concert into a night fans call unforgettable, then many are now wondering what could possibly happen next. Because if Tampa proved anything, it is that with BTS, the biggest moment of the night can arrive when everyone thinks the show is already over.